So this will be the third interview I've done, and Lewis Hayden. I've had the manager, I've had one of the directors, and now we're with Lewis Hayden. How are you doing, first of all? How are you coping with lockdown, Lewis?
Yeah, good, thank you. Lockdown for me hasn't really changed that much, obviously, except the football side of things and everything like that. But in terms of like keeping fit, working, seeing family, obviously within your house and stuff, it's all the same. So for me personally, it hasn't changed a lot. But yeah, it's good. It's just been a long month. I think everyone's itching to get going again, ready for December to go.
Yeah, no, I am. Because obviously it's been a great start on the pitch. Did you expect it to go this well straight away, or has it exceeded the expectations?
I think none of us really knew where we were going to go with the season because we got a very different team, young team. So I think we just wanted to get games under our belt and see how we fared with other teams. And I feel like looking at the league table, we're definitely competing in the higher end of the table. We just hope we can stay there for the rest of the season and keep pushing on.
Absolutely. Have you already had more 6-3 wins this season than you have in your whole time playing football so far?
Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've been on the other end of it, so it's nice to be on the winning end of it this time.
But yeah, it makes a good change, I'm sure. I know, yeah, I'm enjoying watching them.
Yeah, good.
So we've obviously got the restart date now, or what we hope will end up being the restart date. Does that give you a bit of a boost, make you a bit more excited now that you've got something to aim for?
Yeah, definitely. I think at the start of lockdown, when it first got announced, we didn't really know how long it would be. There were talks of it starting back in January. That's almost 2 months. It's a long time. But now that, fingers crossed, everything does go to plan in the next sort of 7 to 10 days, we can actually push on mentally as well as physically and start preparing ourselves for the first game, whenever that may be. So I think we're already itching to go, which is good.
Yeah, that's good. Is it difficult then when you don't have that restart date and you don't really know where you have to be at what point?
I think because when you look back to lockdown 1, we didn't have a clue when we were starting. It constantly got put back and put back and put back. So we didn't really know what was going on. So I think mentally, if you know you've got an aim, you try and hit them targets in your head. I know I do. I don't know about everyone else, but yeah, I do. So for me, yeah, it's definitely a big boost to push forward.
Has it been tough keeping yourself fit and in the right shape, ready to get back into it, knowing that you may not necessarily get that much warning?
Yeah, I think you just got to keep ticking over. Obviously, you want to rest. Like, we've had a lot of games. I think there's been a lot of injuries as well because we've gone from doing nothing for 4 months to suddenly doing Tuesday, Saturdays. So I think it's just trying to find a balance between rest, recovery, and then also getting your body ready for the first game of the season, which will hopefully be soon, post-lockdown. So yeah, it's just finding that balance, really.
You mentioned the injuries there. Is that something that we hear about it at the top level of how players are suffering more injuries? Is it something that you guys are aware of as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think we have daytime jobs. So some people work on sites, some people work in offices, schools, everyone's in different fields of what they do. So I think it's important to keep your body fresh, keep it going. But I mean, if they're getting injuries and they're getting all the treatment they're getting, it's gonna have a knock-on effect, and we're gonna have it as well, aren't we? So it's just part of it, I guess.
So I was watching the other day the interview you did in summer with Lillian, which I really enjoyed watching.
Good times.
You just signed at that point, hadn't you? Can you talk us through a bit the process of how it came about? What really sold the club to you?
So firstly, it was Ben Cook got me in touch. I used to play with Ben. He got me in touch with Dan, and then you know what Dan's like. He does talk a bit. So yeah, we got talking, and he basically sold the club to me. He said they wanted to go places and they're ready to push on, and obviously Winklebury and everything like that. And I think I just wanted to be part of it, part of a team, part of something growing. Obviously Basingstoke's a very big club, and I wanted to be in the heart of that, and that's why I signed. So I'm glad I did. We're doing all right. So
yeah, absolutely. What was it like? You obviously only had maybe 2 or 3 games playing at Winchester, but what was it like after having those games and then coming back to Winklebury and the crowd selling out the restricted amount so quickly and then playing in front of them for the first time back in Basingstoke?
I think it was definitely a big day for the club. Don't know if you remember it, the weather wasn't great. I personally came off injured after 25 minutes. So that was a bit depressing. But for the club and for the fans, hopefully they can sort of see what it's going to be like there, on like a sunny day, burger in your hand, cup of tea, people are going to be loving it. So yeah, get down, back us, and we'll do our best to push on at the top end of the table. That's the plan.
So, do you have targets that you set for the rest of the season, or do you try and keep it short term? And as the cliche goes, you look at each game as it comes, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think at the minute it's hard to gauge what with the restart of lockdown 2 and everything like that. I think the first aim is get to Christmas, getting as many points as you can in the next month, and then I think we'll just take it sort of game by game. You can only win what's in front of you at the end of the day. So yeah, as long as we get the 3 points when the game's there, I think that's what we set out to do. So it's all good so far.
Sorry, yeah. If you come out of lockdown and you start off flying, is it then difficult to kind of keep heads focused and stop people dreaming a little bit?
I usually would say yes to this answer, but knowing the people we've got in the changing rooms, I would say no. I feel like, especially with Dan in charge as well, I feel like we're all grounded and we all want the same thing. People will definitely call people out if they are getting a bit too big for their boots, not naming names. So yeah, I feel like we're in mentally a good place, and I think there's good individuals in the group to keep us grounded and keep pushing.
You talk about the guys you've got in the team, and Dan often talks about when he's building the squad, trying to build the type of people he wants as well as the type of players. Is that what kind of a dressing room is it to be involved in?
Full of fun, full of banter, full of lightheartedness. Yeah, definitely different personalities in there, which is what makes a good group. You can't have 15 people thinking they're all superstars. It doesn't work like that. So I think we've got a mixture of people. I'm not going to call people out because they might have a go at me for it, but you can see what I'm getting at. But it's good to have a mixture of everything, to be honest with you.
It all sounds promising. Hopefully we'll be seeing you out on the pitch again very soon then. That's all from me for now, but thanks very much for your time.
No worries. Thank you very much, Nick.
Really appreciate that.
Cool.
And yeah, hopefully we'll be seeing you on the pitch again soon.
Hope so.